Hi Avery, today we are going to finish your tree, or at least get started on the tree. So I have your picture, and yours and mine are about the same level. So I'm going to find a dark brown color pencil. I'm also going to look for a light purple, and I'll be using that to define some edges on the cherry blossoms. And the dark brown will be used to define the tree trunk and the branches. The tree is the main character in this image, so we want to make sure that we do a great job with it. So go slow when you're adding in the branches. I sped this video up a little bit and it still looks like I'm going slow, so that should show you how slow I mean. Uh, Part of the reason I have to go slow is because I'm thinking a lot. My tree doesn't look exactly like the tree in the picture, so I can't just copy their branches exactly. So I'm looking at them and I'm choosing shapes and branches that I like, and I might be adding extra ones or not putting some in that I don't like. So you get to be the boss of your happy little tree. So now I'm using that light purple. I'm going to be making curved lines to kind of show the texture of the, I don't know what they're called. What would you call uh, a lump or a poof? I'm sure there's a scientist out there that studies trees that has a name for that grouping, those little blobs. So I'm going to use that just a little bit up from the bottom, and I'm going to make some shapes that look like cherry blossom shapes, I guess, little lumps. I really need a word for this because I really sound silly calling it little lumps. so, so outlining the bottom because that'll feel like a shadow, but I'm not outlining the top. And then I'm putting little marks in for texture. If you want to have fun, you can make flower shapes if you'd like. Why not? So by doing that, it makes my tree look less flat. It feels more like it is fluffy. Fluffy lumps. I really need to get a book on trees and figure out what that's called. A grouping of blossoms. Okay, so now that everything is defined, I'm going to start trying to get the color I need for the tree. So the tree has two shadow colors. And they're interesting colors because they're pink, but they're also peach. They're kind of in between. So that one, it's almost, but it's not good enough for me. I really want to get that light color or the lightest shadow color, and it's a lot more peach. and peach is just light orange. So I mixed the red purple, the red violet with some orange and added some water. So you can see I'm sort of like scribbling with my brush. That's going to make sure that it looks wild and like I know what I'm doing. If we just painted a line on the bottom, it would look a little simple. It wouldn't seem as free. So just enjoy, make whatever motions your hand wants to make. Let it be a little messy looking because that is what we need for this tree. So the first color I made is going to work great for the shadow, the darker shadow. Just need a little bit more of it. So if I'm fast enough, and if you're fast enough, it will sort of blend because the first color is still wet. It's okay if it isn't still wet though. So there's not as much of the dark color. So there's an interesting section I just pointed out. So that whole back grouping blob of blossoms needs to be a little bit more shaded in order to show off the one in front. So I'm outlining things a little bit and filling it in. I just kind of have a damp brush and I'm stretching that color around a bit. And now I am lightening the edge with a tissue so it sort of fades out. And now it is time for the trunk and branches. So Avery, if you finish this, even the grass and the sky on your own, I would love to see a picture if you could send me one. Right now I was practicing doing skinny little lines. So if you hold your brush straight up and down, you can do skinny lines. Sometimes it's good to practice beforehand. I wanted to be ready for those tiny branches. This video doesn't have accurate color, so please use your own colors. Make sure you like them. Don't copy what's in here. And then if you were to finish, you could even add some cherry blossoms to the ground. All right, bye.